next round, UK has moved. So let's have a look at what has happened. Okay, purchased a bunch of ships for the European front, interestingly. Battle in Burma, but didn't take it. Then also West Russia, came into West Russia. Interesting. So that seems to suggest they're going to be pulling out of Russia. If he's sending troops out, already sending the UK troops out. So it'll be a pull out of Russia. And keen to see where he goes. Probably over here to try and crush. Probably over here to try and crush Japanese. So we'll only go lightly in here because they'll get destroyed. So this is the key battle though. This is a really important battle because this could go disastrously. Good players will always have there's often a bit of a Hail Mary that'll be done, and this is a really good Hail Mary, as you can imagine, from such a good player. A couple of options here. My ships are on the wrong side, but I can teleport them through with an attack. So if I attack here and attack from this side as well, if I pull out, my ships can end up here in Sea Zone 60 to defend the Japanese coast. There's a huge risk here because there's some US and UK troops that are about to go in for a Hail Mary attack on Japan, and it is a dicey one. US, for example, has got 2 infantry, and if my fleet isn't strong enough, they can attack with 4 fighters. Not the bomb's just out of range. UK's got 2 infantry, 1 on there and 1 on a ship, along with a bomber and 4 fighters as well down here. So a couple of ways I can deal with this. One option is you can just wipe out all of the infantry, and that's a legit way to stop an invasion. So I can send all my fighters against the Philippines. It's not too much in there. There's just the 3 infantry and a bomber, and I could attack it with 4 infantry, and bombers can't make these bombers can't make it, but I can attack it with 4 fighters at least. Probably knock them out. And then the ships are all just sitting there with nothing to do. Option 2, but there is a little trick here, and he's probably foreseen that. He's got one little troop, like a very good player. He's kept 1 infantry on one of these British transports, just in case they go in there and kamikaze into the Philippines. But we're going to do a Leroy Jenkins into here anyway, just try and knock it out. This is the battle, like I said last time, that Japan was always looking for in World War II, and we're going to have it in the actual games this game. What I'm planning on doing, so I've got to stop this attack. So what I'm planning on doing is what I can do is do a strafe, like a naval strafe, onto here. Battle of the Philippine Sea. After 1 round I can withdraw, and because there are some naval ships coming from Sea Zone 60, I can withdraw into 60. Interestingly too, there's a bit of a weird rule in the game about what units you use. So basically, if you're on a land, if you're fighting a land, let's say India here, if I was sort of kind of come into India and there's all sorts of allied units sitting in there, like Russians and UK and American, what defence profile is used? And on land, it's the defence profile of the country that controls the land. So it'll be the UK defence profile that's used, and typically the game lets the other countries die first. So the UK units would die second, and that Russian unit would be probably one of the first to die. In a sea zone, the way the game works it out is that the sea zone of this country with the most ships in the sea is used, right? And that becomes really important in this battle, because if I calculate correctly, we've got 13 UK vessels, 12 US. Therefore, the UK defence profile will be used, and also it'll be the US ships, I believe. It's always a little bit quirky, but I believe it'll be the US vessels that die first, which is a quirky little rule, but it's good to know in situations like this. I've had games where I've won just with knowing that little quirk of the rules. And that means that if you want to change the defence profile in a sea zone, and I've done this in between battles, so I send a few extra ships in there and suddenly the whole defence profile changes to the other country, the other allied country. So the minute that he sends, so interestingly here, I'm going to knock out a bunch of US vessels. He's going to come in here with his replacement US vessels, and then it'll switch to the US controlled sea zone, and then it'll be UK ships that are dying first. So anyway, long and short of it, after I win this one, I should be able to retreat with that. I had 40 IPCs luckily, so I'm going to build a couple of submarines, a destroyer and a carrier, because I'm going to sack one carrier. I'm going to put one carrier here to stop the US coming through and landing in Japan, because right now I'll only have one fighter and 2 infantry there, so it's not going to be bupkis, that's not going to be much at all to stop it. But then I'm stuck with what happens on the UK turn. So the UK turn, just before the UK turn, I'll be able to land these 4 German fighters in there. And I'll need one more, and then he's only got then a 10-15% chance of taking Japan. He might do it anyway because it's the stage the game is at, but it's a sort of a game losing thing if he loses that. So okay, so yeah, put the blocker there, he can kill it, but then he can't come through also and invade through Sea Zone 62. I think Sea Zone 60 with these units there is going to be pretty locked down then, I believe. It's going to be pretty good. Doesn't mean I've got to sack a whole aircraft carrier, because I don't have any destroyers to use as blockers, but I'll build another one this turn. And then his trouble is he'll have a weak US fleet there that would have just been reinforced. Then I'll have a chance to reinforce Sea Zone 60 again. So anyway, hoping that does the job. But it gets a bit complicated and you've got to know the rules. Alright, let's do it. Oh, I may as well take this go while I'm at it. Why is he coming in with 2? That's not what I wanted to do, I just wanted to do 1 unit. There we go. All right. So I'm going to attack from this side. Calculations are, I'll just show you the calcs for this. So basically, for a 1-rounder, I actually end up with about a 4 IPC profit. There's a huge risk though that if I do badly, like only get a 30%, what is it, actually I've got an 82%, so 82% of the time I'm okay. I just lose submarines. After that I start losing carriers and expensive ships, which I don't want to do obviously. But provided the actually, no. I need to hold one carrier back. Don't like using carriers as blockers, obviously, but sending 4 aircraft. So basically with a blocker, so they're going to retreat to Sea Zone 60 after one round unless the battle goes remarkably well, in which case I might play on another round. But assuming that it goes on average, I'll withdraw to Sea Zone 60. I think I've got a blocker here, and I don't think he'll have a strong enough US fleet to come and invade Japan. I'll take back East Indies as a bonus. Right, let's make sure I haven't missed anything. So 10, 5, 2, 1, 2. Let's just double check. 10, 5, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Always double check the big battles instead of forgetting that you've left some there or something. This one too, I may as well, I tell you what, I'm going with 2 just to make it annoying. So I've got 2 there and 2 there, which means he's going to have to commit aircraft and things as well to holding them, so hold on to those IPC Muddy Islands 1 or 2 more turns. He's got to divert forces away from an attack on Japan. So the aim at the end of this is to have, hopefully, it is a little dicey, but hopefully have a good strong fleet here at 60 now that I'll build up that he can't crack. Blocker here, he'll kill it with the Americans, right? But then on Germany's turn, I'll move these 4 fighters to Japan, so I don't think I've calculated that the UK's only got a weak attack against Japan, with 5 German fighters sitting in there. Alright. Okay. Okay, let's make it happen. Always nervous on these ones, I must often roll pretty badly. But alright, here we go. Leroy Jenkins. Capture that, capture that. Implausible. Let's make sure I get the numbers right. 2, 3, 8, 2, 4, 2 battleship. Alright. Let's make it happen. Oh shoot. There we go. That's nice. Right, lots of hits. 2 hits. Gosh. It's horrible. And if you see, it's mostly, actually, seems to be, yeah, it's favouring the US for casualties, which is what we want. That's good. Alright, no more than 10 hits back, please. Nice. Oh my goodness. So, it's a ridiculously good. Let's make sure it's not putting 2 on one of them. I just feel like going one more. So I'll be actually knocking out carriers next. Wow, okay. So, it's very, very tempting. Of course, he'll be hitting my carries as well. It's risky. So what would he be countering with? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm very tempted to go one more. So I'm hitting all the juicy stuff now. I hit one more sub, one more cruiser. Then it's just carriers. This could go horribly wrong. What's he going to hit on average? He's going to hit on average 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On average he'll hit 2 out of 3 times 10, so 6 there. 7, 8. On average he's going to hit about 8 back. I think we can risk it. Just don't want to lose my my carrier, but I think that's alright. Let's try it. Oh, forgot that, of course, so he doesn't have destroyers, so I got 2 surprise attacks on him as well. Nice. Beautiful. Well, 6 hits, 5 more, 6, 7. Ooh, ouch, it's bad. Okay. Ooh, non-sub hits. Ouch. Well, that was a mistake. Okay, what do we got? 1, 2, he's lost all his carriers. He's lost a fighter. What am I doing? I'll reset that. Okay, we're going to lose a carrier. We're going to lose this guy and this guy. It's got 2 fighters left to land there. Got to lose these 2 guys, unfortunately. I think I've got to lose 1 more. It's annoying. Alright, so that I probably should have stayed back, but it's still a good battle. So long and short of it, we've lost our bombers. We've got 2 fighters left. One's going to have to land in Japan. We've got 2 battleships left, 3 subs left. What's he going to attack with? He can attack with 1. Alright, I think that's the best I can do. Taken out a lot of their carriers at least. 4 carriers sunk. That's pretty disastrous. And then I've got a bunch of submarines left that really make the whole sea pretty menacing there. Can you knock out all my battleships too? I've got, what do I have? I'll have, I wish there was some way I didn't have to lose that extra aircraft, but I don't think there's any way to do it. Alright. Just be careful with this. If I go again, I'll be having, let's have a look. 1, 2, he's going to hit back, he's going to knock out all my ships. Yeah, no, I'm wondering whether, sometimes if submarines are going to survive, they can't hit planes, so they'll start hitting the transport ships. But I don't think that'll play out in this scenario here. He's going to wipe out all of those. Yep, we are getting out of there. So we took out an extra 20 IPCs worth of units, that's quite nice. Disproportionately hitting the US ones a little bit more too, so that's nice. Alright, so now this guy is a blocker. Might decide to do a raid on one of these coastal territories. Alright, well I'm pretty happy with that. That's an okay sort of swipe. I probably should have taken my good luck and headed back, but does look pretty satisfying just having the 2 battleships in there. Next turn he'll have the 2 battleships plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can probably knock that out actually, so I think he's going to have to withdraw, I believe. this, but I don't think you can. Alright, so they're going to come back to artillery to there. Alright, pretty happy with that. I think Japan's now secure, but I'll have to still land these units there because he'll knock out this blocker with the Americans, and then he can come up here with the Britishers. He's still got the battleship and the transport. Alright, so there we are. Next turn it'll be battle for Moscow. These guys are just coming back so I can dump them into, well, is he going to even, he'll have something there anyway probably. No, maybe not. Alright, sorry for the thinking there, folks. It's just, that was a bit of a tricky one. Okay, let's make sure I got the right defense profile on. Yep. It does have like a 10%er on Japan still. He might just go for it. But I do have some transports there. I could probably take it back with troops from the islands next turn. Interesting. Gosh. Profiles as well, the air one, the sea one. It's virtual own defense, yeah, that's what we want. Alright, battle for Moscow is next. Okay, battle for Moscow is next. Seldon signing off.